It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Portland Trail Blazers at Moda Center. For Portland, they come in off a win in their last outing against the Clippers at Staples Center. That game a high-scoring affair. We'll see if this one turns into a shootout as well. And Shaq, we're coming up to the halfway point of the season. Some teams finally getting into a groove after a somewhat shaky start.
Yeah, every year is different. Sometimes it takes a little longer to figure out. But what's most important is you get hot at the right time.
Oh, that's right. I agree with that. And you have to have a lot of experience on your team. And those guys know how to pace themselves. And you can just kind of relax. Quality veterans won't allow the season to be a sprint. It's a marathon.
Tip-off coming up shortly. It's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
The Trailblazers play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Portland, Oregon. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And, of course, Victor Oladipo. They will definitely miss his contributions.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Billy Donovan had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's the first meeting of the year between these teams, so he told me today is mainly a feeling out process, trying to identify strengths and weaknesses. And we'll see how quickly they get a feel for this opponent. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Well, both these teams can get out and run, Brent. We expect a good amount of fast break points in this one.
And I like it, Kevin, when teams are able to go back and forth like this. What you start to see is confidence grow in the type of passes maybe that you're going to see from those guards. So maybe more creative 3-on-1 fast breaks and some great highlight material.
Isn't that fun to watch?
Love it. Get your voices ready.
Here we go. And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Patrick Patterson is out there with Paul George. And it's Adams in at the five. So it's the Thunder now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
I think mostly they just did not give themselves a chance on the inside. They settled too much for the jump shot. I would have liked to have seen a better effort to get the ball to the paint.
Westbrook. The shot misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
Absolutely no drop-off offensively with the second unit on the floor. Their bench was a huge catalyst for them to get that win.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Robertson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Harkless the pass to Lillard. Screen by Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Harkless kicks to Crabbe. Lillard from outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
Yeah, people who saw this game got their money's worth, and it was fitting that they split the season series, given the enormous talent level on both sides.
Now, here's Aminu. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Clippers.
And really, last time, what I liked best is he used his body extremely well on the offensive glass. It seemed like the defense wanted no part of him when he got underneath.
It's stolen by Adams. Right side, Westbrook. Goes back up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Once a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, Steven Adams has the size and smarts to really become a devastating big man in the NBA. You always talk about glue guys and guys that do the little things to help their team. Steven Adams is certainly that for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not a big presence in the box to score, but when you watch him play with his team, he's willing to sacrifice his body, set hard screens, and be a presence on the interior.
And he can't get the first one. And thinking again on Adams, the scoring isn't what makes him valuable, Brandon. It's his defense and his solid screen setting.
Well, I think it's his idea that the role that he has is something that he's very comfortable with, and he wants to be successful at doing it. He doesn't hurt the team by getting out of his comfort zone.
He hits the second from the line. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Now the pass to Crabbe. Nurkic kicks to Crabbe. Portland no good that time either.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
There's the feed to Patterson. Now the dish to Robertson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. A baseline J, and Westbrook with the nice bucket inside. Westbrook's got his first basket of the night.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Crabbe kicks to Napier. Screen by Nurkic. Shot off the screen. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been dialed in defensively this month. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
What a month they've had defensively. I mean, they've really gotten after it on that end of the floor.
The Thunder have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Westbrook with it. Guarded now by Harkless. Here's Westbrook. 14 points from him the last game against Boston.
Well, the other part of his game was the menacing defense. You can tell his team really looks for him to be their junkyard dog. Put that pass right on target. Way to get your teammates involved.
Crabbe kicks to Aminu. Passes it to Nurkic. Napier dishes to Harkless. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Portland no good that time either. The Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field. George passes to Patterson. Here's Adams. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
The only way you're going to challenge him in that situation, you have to attack with more power.
Now, here's Aminu. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. That one looked like it was on the way down. Yep, they call goaltending. Count the bucket.
He thought he had the clean block there, but the refs saw it differently, and they call the goaltend.
Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Robertson. 11 points for him in that last game against Boston.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
Adams sets such good hard screens that even the offensive player wants to avoid him.
Here's Napier. He's covered by Westbrook. Here's Nurkic. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Westbrook. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Patterson setting the pick for George. Makes it off the glass.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Napier. Not really his range, and it's off target. The Thunder have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Offensive rebound, Adams. And Adams with the slam.
You know, a big guy with the motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
Westbrook with the steal. And the dunk by Westbrook.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
And not many players at that position, as explosive as he is in a close game, just rose up to the challenge.
And Blazers coach Terry Stott's doing a great job. Brent, his team has overachieved in recent seasons.
I'm not sure if it's overachieved because they've had some tremendous talent. But the interesting part about Terry Stotts is try to find him taking some of the credit for what's going on there. And you just won't. He's just giving guys great opportunities. He's giving those guys defined roles, and each one has stepped up for him.
Now here's Cram. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic.
Awesome concentration by Nurkic there to take his time in the post and make the shot look easy.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And Al-Farouq Aminu definitely a fit with this Blazer team as they move towards the younger players. He is just 26 years of age. He is a high-energy glue guy and has proven his worth at that position.
If you look at Aminu, he brings some versatility. He can play the three, but he also can step over to the four spot if needed.
Oh, yeah, he can rebound and block shots like a power forward at times, and he can defend inside and on the perimeter. What a switchblade for their coaching staff.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for the Trailblazers.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Aminu against George. Adams with the screen on Aminu. And George kicks to Adams. Here's Roberson. And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, and coming into the league, Adams would sometimes be a little bit soft around the rim. No more.
Napier dishes to Cram. Over in the corner, Harkless. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Thunder with the lead. Westbrook with it. Kicks it to Adams. Here's the three. Crabbe pulls it in. Portland's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Pass to Aminu. Wants to get it to Harkless and does. Can't hit that one. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. And Roberson kicks to Patterson. Last break. Here come the Trailblazers. The 10-footer. Here's Nurkic. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the paint. Here's Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, he has a great ability to lead his man with the pass. Puts him in great position to score.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Crabbe kicks to Napier. Puts it up from 12. That's good on the jump shot.
And it's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Now here's Westbrook. In the corner, George with it. He feeds it to Patterson. Just 5 to shoot. Rebound by Napier. Portland with the ball. Trailing by 2. Crabbe, no good.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy, and that's affecting the result.
And last season, Paul George getting back to the All-Star game. I mean, well documented, going through that awful compound fracture in his leg, and said that that All-Star appearance was the most meaningful one of his career, and one of my favorite players and people in our game. It's just really great to see him back and playing at such a high level.
And he makes the first. And the Pacers asking George to play more power forward last season. He was a little apprehensive, I think, Greg, initially, especially coming off that injury.
Yeah, and he ended up mostly guarding on the wing. They let C.J. Miles do the dirty work on the block, but the extra space afforded by their spread out attack allowed him to flourish at the offensive end.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Not your typical big man free throws there. He's lights out.
Here's Napier. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Kyle Singler's checked in for Paul George. Napier passes to Davis. He dishes it to Turner. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Leonard's got his first basket of the night.
Well, he can be a good finisher at times in the paint. Leonard with the size and length to do more of this.
There's the pick. Pass to McDermott. And that one hits back iron.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he sat in that mid-range area, which can be a no-man's land defensively, but he quickly moved over to contest.
Oklahoma City has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. One-on-one here. Here's Napier. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Yeah, tough with his shot so far off right now. They're going to have to tap someone else to step up until he finds it.
Cole hits it from three-point range. And the Thunder lead by 5. The Trailblazers shooting 33% here in the first quarter. 1:46 left in the first quarter. Here's Napier. They get the rebound. Davis kicks to Connaughton. Launches a three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Dishes to McDermott. And it's Connaughton with the rebound.
I think the defense was surprised that he did not knock that down. Clear defensive breakdown there, guys. Should have made him pay. Well, he has more than enough strength to fight through the D and convert that one. I'm surprised he came up short there.
Launches it. That shot missing. And the Trailblazers going the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Stolen away.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal.
Now here's Turner. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And so here is Oklahoma City. It's a three-point game. And Cole kicks to McDermott. That's short off the rim.
Terrific defense. They definitely read the scouting report on this guy and could not have played him more perfectly there.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It goes on Ed Davis. The Thunder have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
No good on the free throw. And he ends up missing both free throws. Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Connaughton. Good. And it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Here's Cole. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. With 4 seconds on the clock, and he comes up with the deuce. Cole's got 5.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
Well, even the dentist would tell you that's a sweet move for that lay-in. And yeah, you got to love his tenacity.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Thunder lead by 2. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, I just really love that they're playing with their hearts tonight, contesting shots, making their opponent work for every point.
Myers Leonard is out there with Davis. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Evan Turner. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Aprinas. A three-pointer off the mark. The Trailblazers shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks.
Surveying the Thunder roster here, and a lot of the players on it were their own draft picks. Done a great job of identifying some talent late in rounds in the draft. Found a good amount of rotation players even when they were going deep into the playoffs.
Here's Connaughton following the basket by Doug McDermott. Here's Cole. Collison with a screen on Lillard. Here's Cole. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Fearless, despite the size mismatch, took it right to him.
Now, here's Lillard. 4-point game. Six on the shot clock, and it's Turner off the drive. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And anytime you see a player 7'1" who can shoot threes, Brent, that's going to draw some attention. But for Myers Leonard, still some work to do. Where do you think he can get better?
Well, there are minutia parts of a center's game that Myers Leonard can be better at. Better screen setter, try to be more physical at times, getting a few more boards and increasing his impact defensively. That can be a building block for his team.
And Singler kicks to Cole. Singler with a screen on Turner. Cole dishes to Singler. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
All right, I think he's showing off now, but I'll tell you what, that's impressive.
Trailblazers trail by 3. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we know that the Thunder hired Billy Donovan as its new head coach. In his 2 decades at the University of Florida, he led them to 2 national titles with players like Al Horford and Joakim Noah. Defensive-minded coach, he's developed into a great offensive mind. Fellas, that's what he's trying to bring to OKC. Moving the floor, as he calls it. Creating space for their great scorers to operate.
Ball movement, player movement. That's where the league is going, DA. Thanks. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
Well, coaches always tell you, if you take a chance, you better get it.
Crabs check in for Pat Connaughton. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, in basketball, chemistry is everything. I'm not sure in chemistry if basketball is everything, but you saw it there on that inbounds play with the connection between those two guys.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Ray, you had the chance to play under Coach Greg Popovich during your 4 seasons with the Spurs. Aside from the obvious accolades and plaudits, what stands out to you about him as a coach?
The one thing about Pop that stands out, Kevin, is the simple fact that the rhythm of the season is something that he has a tremendous amount of control over.
Had great feel for it.
There's no doubt about it. Pop is so good about understanding the feelings and the emotions attached to the game. And on top of that, the priority with which the game should have in your life. And that's the kind of player that they're looking for. They understand that the player has to understand the job, his accountability to his teammates, the role that he's asked to play, and then lastly, just how important basketball is in the grand scheme of things.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Patterson's checked in, and both free throws good for Cole. Portland trailing here. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Davis. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. They set the screen. The shot by Lillard wide open. And the 3 off target.
Yeah, thought process was after he hit that first 3, he'd be in great shape, but he looks way off right now.
The offensive rebound, and Adams with the slam.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
Here's Westbrook. Al-Farouq Aminu picking up that last basket. Patterson, the screen. Off the screen. Look at that jam.
No way.
I mean, just beautiful.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Here's Turner following the score by Oklahoma City. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's George. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. George has got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder. Now Turner. 8 points his last outing. Shot off the screen. Again, the miss by Turner. Oklahoma City has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Shoots from 8. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Yeah, it's tough. His shot's been off today. Luckily, his team still has the edge in the game so far.
Here's Cole. 9 points in the game so far. At the elbow, Westbrook. Releases from 15, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And for years, people used to criticize Westbrook for his shot selection. You hear less and less of that, though, now lately.
Well, he's an MVP-type player in his own right. He led the league in scoring in 2015. Remember, with Kevin Durant out, and he did it very, very efficiently. It's a good problem to have if you're Billy Donovan and the Thunder.
Free throw good, Westbrook. Every year they'll always put out an NBA survey of who is the toughest to guard. No surprise, that Russell Westbrook is almost always at the top of the list in those surveys. He just, Greg, strikes fear in opposing defenders.
And Kevin, it's a result of several factors in terms of why he tops that list. He has the game and the body to punish you for all 4 quarters, and he never lets up in his intensity. And also a knack for putting players who are caught sleeping on posters. It is both physically and mentally draining guarding a guy like Westbrook.
Now, here's Lillard. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Clippers.
Felt like he was just a wizard in that one, guys. Some of those passes were absolutely magical. It was fun to watch. Yeah, I don't know if he just lost sight of the lines on the floor, but he seemed perfectly oblivious to where he was on the court, guys.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. Patterson, the screen. Here's Roberson. Defended by Harkless. On the wing, George. 6 on the shot clock. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
And good defenders know it's about angles. Got great position and really bothered the release point.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And watching Adams go to work out there, he is a bit of an old school big man in the sense that, Brent, he'll throw his weight around and look to intimidate the other team.
Yeah, Adams willing to take on that role, take the punches and take the hits for the rest of his team. And it goes along with his great defensive instincts, I think. His activity down low, certainly a big help for this team's defense.
One misses, so he goes 1 for 2. It's amazing to watch these NBA athletes competing every day. You and I get the lucky seat right there in front midcourt. Such size, such athleticism. It's intimidating. Who are the most intimidating players, you think, in the game today?
If you go to Detroit and you want to match up with number 0 there and Andre Drummond,
look out.
You're in for a long night.
Harness yourself in.
The way that he can patrol the middle, Kevin, and the way he's relentless at coming at the offensive glass and the defensive glass all game long, I'm really interested in the development of Andre Drummond as the centerpiece, figuratively and literally, for the Detroit Pistons.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And a look here at the shot chart.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
Here's Lillard. He has 5. Out left to the wing. Harkless the pass to Lillard. Shoots a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Great job helping his teammates separate from the defender. Aminu using his toughness to set a rock-hard screen.
George against Aminu. George dishes to Patterson. He kicks it to Adams. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go for him. Now Portland takes it the other way. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Back to Crabbe. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard against Westbrook, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Paul George. Averaging about 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
Thunder have gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Westbrook kicks to Patterson. Feeds it to Robertson. The kick out to Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Lillard against Westbrook. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard, the pass to Harkless. Back to Lillard. It's good. This game is all even. Lillard's got 10 points in the game.
We might be in for a career night here, guys. He was solid in the first quarter. He's been even better here in the second.
Westbrook dishes to Patterson. Back to Westbrook. In the corner, it's Patterson. Off target with his three.
Shocking he blew that opportunity, guys. 9 times out of 10, that is an easy make.
Nurkic kicks to Aminu. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. George. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu. The Thunder have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. That free throw good from George. And the Blazers going a bit younger, kind of revamping on the fly. Brent, do you like what they've done?
I really like what they've done, Kevin. And to me, Terry Stotts deserves a lot more credit for sticking with what he established offensively, even with one of the franchise's best players in LaMarcus Aldridge leaving. And the incredible three-point shooting they lost with Wesley Matthews. Terry Stotts stuck to the same offensive system. And I think they've reaped the benefits with Lillard and McCollum.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, I agree. A good timeout here if that's the case. No reason to waste precious seconds to get together.
And now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. What a month it's been for these teams defensively. The Thunder in 4th.
And they've just been on a defensive tear. I mean, allowing so few points. And really, I think it's the energy with which they've played.
Trailblazers have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Here's Napier. Lillard, right side. No good off the front iron.
This team is counting on him to knock down looks like that. It has to mess with your confidence a little bit.
And George, here we go. Count it.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Brent, as we move to the middle of the season, how do coaches shift in how they prepare for games?
Well, now we're talking about, Kevin, chapter 6, 7, and 8 of the playbook. You're able to go a little bit deeper.
Yes.
You're able to start establishing new sets, and then maybe some of the wrinkles on the old sets that you started the season with. This gives you great confidence and a great challenge mentally for teams to stick with it.
Keeping it fresh for a coach, one of the main things they've got to do during a long season like this.
Well, it really helps the players' mentality to hear different words from the coaches throughout the course of the NBA season.
And a moment here to check out some numbers for Nurkic. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. 3rd in scoring, 15th in rebounding. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And that one falls for Westbrook.
And you look at the Thunder last season, they were slept on as a contender for the title. Warriors and Spurs, very, very good, but in the same conference. Might have helped the Thunder to stay focused and fly under the radar just a little bit more.
And Portland making a change here. Davis is checked in. Then for the Thunder, Nick Collison's checked in for Adams. McDermott comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Kyle Singler subbed in for Paul George. And usually the Thunder are favorites to go deep, and that's exactly what they did last year, all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, you look at what Westbrook represented in Oklahoma City over the past 5 or 6 seasons, and there's no doubt with that kind of talent, you're going to have a chance every year, Kevin, to make a deep push.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. On the wing, Davis. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Napier passes to Davis. Clock at 6. From deep. And it's Napier missing. The Thunder leading by 6. Westbrook kicks to Singler. There's the pass to McDermott. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Here's Singler. It's stolen by Davis. One-on-one here. Here's Connaughton. Not going to go that time. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. From about 19 feet. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
Here's Napier. Connaughton passes to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot from 20 feet out. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Portland. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder, 2 games back.
And for Portland, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Well, the goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Maybe a great run of games coming here. Let's see if he can keep building on this performance.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yep, he got up ahead of steam and no one could come over to stop him.
Here's Napier. Pass to Connaughton. The feed to Nurkic. Down low. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Napier.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Nailed from three-point land. Westbrook's got 15.
I mean, this quarter belongs to him. They got to feed him.
There's the dish to Harkless. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
The Trailblazers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. For the Trailblazers, Myers Leonard comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Turner in for Harkless. The Thunder also changing it up. Abrinas is checked in for Roberson, and Cole subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And that one misses. And this Blazers team built around pick and roll offense.
Well, Lillard out on the pick and roll is just so devastating, not only in driving the ball, but his continued proficiency from the three-point line. But last year, I think C.J. McCollum surprised a lot of fans, maybe not a lot of coaches, but a lot of fans with his ability to play the combo guard spot, hit floaters, and be a consistent second scorer.
Here's Abrinas. That 3 off the mark. Outside Turner. Here's Napier. Offensive rebound. Leonard. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Thunder out in front. They lead by 11. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grinded-out game. What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, we're competing. You know, neither team's really shooting the ball that well, but both teams are playing hard.
Energy always leads to good results. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny Smith, right there. And Shaquille O'Neal, he's right there. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter was full of highlights for them, and as their play improved, so did their lead. They'll be carrying an 11-point edge into the second half. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
And Kenny, what did you see from Portland?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
A look at the Hawthorne Bridge in gorgeous downtown Portland as we welcome you back to Oregon. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the approach of that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
Yeah, every drive has been decisive, and defenders just not keeping up with them. They are having to foul him.
Trailblazers trail by 11. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Paul George is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Adams in at center. Screen by Nurkic. They set the pick. Lillard has the open look. Off target from the wing. The Thunder leading by 11. Here's Robertson. Here's Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And here is Crabbe. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard attacking.
Well, after Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard might be the most dangerous three-point shooter in the league at the point guard position. He has unbelievable range and extends that range when he's feeling confident.
And that one misses.
The 6th pick in the 2012 draft from a small school, no less. It just doesn't matter. Lillard came in and won the Rookie of the Year.
And he sinks the second. Here's Robertson. Kicks it to Westbrook. And he banks in the layup. Westbrook's got 17. And you look at Lillard, and Brenny's got the quick release on that three-pointer of his, doesn't he? He can get it up in a hurry.
Well, he's as close to what it is that we see sometimes from Steph Curry with being able to pull up off the dribble with some incredible range. He's worked on his balance and ball handling, and those two aspects really are feeding into everything he's doing offensively.
Nurkic with the steal. Crabbe dishes to Aminu. That's tipped. They recover it. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Harkless.
Well, it took 4. They finally got one to go. Still, they need to connect on more opportunities to get this quarter going.
Now, here's Adams. 10 points for him. Outside for George, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart.
Well, it's pretty clear that they are having a lot of trouble in the mid-range. It isn't exactly the shot they are hoping to get, but when they have taken those shots, they just don't seem to capitalize. I would hope they try to go at the rim a little more as this game carries on and stop settling for jump shots.
Lillard with it. 11 points in the game. Here's Nurkic. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Nurkic lurking in the paint.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And Brent, one thing you have to like about Jusuf Nurkic is that he plays with some edge to his game. I remember a moment where he scored on a defender, felt they tried to flop, and then handed the ball to them as they laid on the ground.
I love the confidence that he shows. He's a space eater, and he clogs up the lane, and then sometimes he just shows you he's got deft touch and soft hands, so some untapped potential as he gets better.
So it's Portland now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Screen by Nurkic. Harkless with it. George picks him up. Harkless with the bucket. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
With the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge to San Antonio, there's no question who Portland's franchise player is now. It's Damian Lillard, who said, "I am." People say he's not a franchise player, but I didn't make that decision. The franchise did. It's more than being the best player, especially with a young team. You're the example, and the standard is here. Kevin, he doesn't shy away from that responsibility.
No, he's built for it, D.A. Thanks. Brent, they say the elite big man in the middle is a dying breed. What do you think? Any truth to that?
How about the birth of the new big man?
Oh, I would say so, too.
I just don't like to be so pessimistic about what it is that we used to see.
You see cycles, right, in the league? We always see cycles.
Absolutely. So I'm more of one of those guys, glasses half full. So let's celebrate the versatility, the mobility, and the incredible talent of the young players at their size being able to be as effective as they are in the NBA. And this Blazers team, although dynamic offensively, defense is where they have the most room to improve. Don't get me wrong. They weren't awful there, but that's got to be a little bit more of their focus.
And the second free throw, good. You talk about the Blazers defense. Brent, where specifically do they need to improve?
Well, there's probably two areas, Kevin, where you can be much better. First off is just positional defense, where you have guys in the right spot on possessions just to make them difficult for the offensive team. And then the second part about that is no cheap reaching easy fouls. Those are just bailout possessions that help out your opponent.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And Lillard kicks to Harkless. There's the pick. Grab up top. Wide open look. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Thunder leading by 10. To the inside. It's tipped. Here's George. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
What's up? And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. The throw good. Paul George. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Grab the pass to Nurkic. And he lays it straight in. Nurkic has got 13.
Yeah, no disparaging remarks with regards to his effort in this one. He's making everything, and he needs his teammates to step up to the plate to help him out.
Now here's Patterson. He's got 8, and Adams kicks to George. 5 on the clock. Here's Westbrook. And that one hits back iron.
That's just terrific court awareness there. The defense knew it was coming and just totally suffocated him.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Well, a breakthrough year for Allen Crabbe a season ago. The best shooting of his career, Brent, and doubled his minutes per game.
Yeah, wondering if those minutes also doubled his confidence. He was a great shooter at Cal, and he's showing that confidence at the NBA level. He's good at coming off of screens. He reads the defender well and moves accordingly. And he's got a couple of guards that set him up well.
The first free throw is good.
Well, Alan Crabb was a go-to scorer at Cal, but I remember a scout saying that he plays defense in a tuxedo. I'm not sure if that was meant as a compliment. Crabb is making some major strides on the defensive end, though, and with continued minutes, we've seen continued confidence. A good 3-and-D type player who's still emerging.
And Crabb making more hustle plays, trying to earn his keep.
Well, you want to see where he's gotten better. Watch his feet. Defensively, dramatically improved in that area. So being a two-way player, that's an asset.
Nurkic with the steal. And they're on the break. Here's Crabb. That's tipped, and they get it back. Here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Patterson. No good there. 80 that time from Leonard. Trailblazers trail by 9. Takes the 3. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
And looking now at some numbers for Steven Adams. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 3rd in steals, 6th in rebounding. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
Pass to Patterson. Here's Roberson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Harkless. Thunder with the rebound. Patterson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now here's Westbrook. He's got 17. Shot from 12. And the nice bucket inside from Patterson. Patterson's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's getting anything he wants out there. He has this look in his eyes that says, nobody's going to stop me. Not tonight.
Screen by Nurkic. 3-pointer Lillard from beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 14.
Yeah, keep thinking that he can't shoot it from there and he'll prove you wrong. Lillard lofts one of those high arching bombs.
Roberson dishes to Westbrook. Back to Roberson. Harkless with the steal. Over in the corner, Lillard expanding his range. He can't get that one, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points, and it's George missing. Trailblazers trail by 8. Harkless the pass to Lillard. He feeds it to Crabb. He dishes it to Harkless. Clock at 6. 3-pointer Lillard. Again the miss by Lillard. The Thunder leading by 8. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
That free throw good from Patterson.
And the Thunder, one of the best shooting teams in the league. And if they don't get you with that first shot, they have guys inside prepared for those misses to hurt you the second time around.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Ed Davis is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Turner comes in for Harkless. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Alan Crabb. And Patterson drops them both. And you look at the Thunder's work on second effort plays. Brent, a lot of big bodies in their front court who don't mind throwing their weight around.
Well, Russell Westbrook himself is a phenomenal rebounding guard, but I think what happens too is that players on OKC set themselves up in great position to clean up any misses.
And still a big wish list item for Commissioner Silver, creating a 2 years out of high school requirement for players coming into the NBA.
It's going to be interesting, Kevin. I'm all for anybody who has a talent to do something, to be exposed to do it as soon as you possibly can. But for the good of the league, for the product as a whole, I think 2 years in college would be a great rule for our league. It will save coaches time from teaching these young players how it is to be a pro and to play the pro game.
pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
And you look back, and some players haven't really loved playing in the Northwest. You might include LaMarcus Aldridge in that category, but Damian Lillard certainly has embraced it.
Well, if it couldn't be Oakland for the hometown Warriors, Damian Lillard enjoying his time in the Pacific Northwest. He seems like one of those guys just not drawn to the bright lights and glitz and glamour of the league. He wants to get down to business and get to work. Plays with a chip on his shoulder coming out of Weber State, and he doesn't mind that small town atmosphere and those incredible fans the Blazers have had for years. And quite frankly, the Thunder are just one of the most dangerous offensive teams out there, but their defense is solid too. A lot of good one-on-one defenders in their rotation, near the top of the league in defensive efficiency.
Here's Cole. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, the defense knew exactly how to play his man there. An outstanding effort.
Took him no time at all on that one. Connaughton's got 8 points.
So much talk about the game slowing down for the game's best players. Lillard composes himself, scans the court, and delivers the strike.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. 6-point lead. McDermott for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. McDermott's got his second bucket of the night. And the Thunder did a good job of challenging shooters and locking down on D. They also know how, as we've seen, to protect the rim.
Well, a lot of that success last year on the interior has to be given to Steven Adams and the incredible progression that he showed as a center in this league. Really figuring out what it is that his opponents like to do and how he can be effective.
Lillard outside. They get the rebound. And Leonard gets it to go.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And Cole kicks to Singler. There's a good screen. McDermott, no one around him. Another shot. Here's Collison. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Turner.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
That free throw, no good. Napier, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Second free throw, no good.
You see Billy Donovan out there on the sidelines, and you can't help but to think of all the success he's had as a coach already. Back-to-back titles in college, essentially built that Florida basketball program into a powerhouse. He's hoping that he can bring some of that success translated to the NBA and get himself in title contending position. Yeah, pretty much unforced there on the bad pass. He has to just make better decisions on the delivery when he's getting it to his teammates.
The Thunder leading by 7. Here's Cole. He's got 9. To the inside. Here's Singler. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. No good on that one. No good at the stripe this time. His second misses also. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Napier. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, These teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. Fifth best, the Trailblazers.
I mean, it's about the pace they've played with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down.
That free throw, no good. No good on the second free throw.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Collison kicks to McDermott. The shot's good. Collison making the play. 7 points for Doug McDermott.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
And Norris Cole's going to pick up the foul. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Oh, no. He's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Napier. Here's Cole. He's got 9. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
And a brief check of the stats for Turner. How his last 10 games have gone. Averaging 9 points per game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
Davis setting the pick for Turner. Pass to Connaughton. Dishes to Leonard. Davis sets a screen. 5 on the clock. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Collison. Aprinas the pass to McDermott. Turner with the steal. And it's Leonard at the elbow. The pass to Connaughton. Count it. Good. Connaughton's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
Yeah, the D playing too soft there. They've got to body him up and keep him off that spot.
Now here's McDermott. He's got 7. Here's Napier. Fires from deep. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Portland. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Feeds it to Collison. Aprinas the pass to Cole. Tries again. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Davis down low. He's covered by Collison. Napier kicks to Connaughton. And the call will be against Nick Collison. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Ed Davis had a father who played in the NBA for 10 years. That does not mean that he did not work hard to get to this position. Bounced around early on in his career and buried in Memphis despite putting up good numbers when he had the chance. Nice to see him flourish in Portland.
No good on that one. And the Blazers signing Davis for 3 years and $20 million going into last season. Brent, that was a great pickup.
Well, he's pretty stoked to be in Portland. The coach trusts him and the values of his game, and he's a good teammate. He also loves some good food, Kevin. He's like you. Portland certainly has that.
And for a long time, the word on Ed Davis was that he had a center's game and a power forward's body. Brent, as he's added muscle, he's a pretty good fit in the middle.
Well, he can block shots and he can get some steals, and he's really upped his rebounding over the last few seasons. He gets it done on both ends, Kevin, and if you look at the numbers, he's one of the more effective centers in the league.
Napier misses the three.
His offense just has not been there tonight, and he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Outside Turner. Drills the baseline jumper.
One of the better shots in his arsenal. Someone has to rotate.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Cole kicks to Singler. There's a screen. Passes it to McDermott. Shoots a fader. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Over in the corner, Turner buries the long-range jumper. And now it's only a 5-point Thunder lead. It'll count. And no good trying to get that one. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Thunder lead by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Look, get them out of their comfort zone. They just want to kind of keep going and finish the game. Get them out of their comfort zone.
That's Terry Stotts moments ago in his huddle, sensing the opportunity to ruffle some feathers on the other side and take those guys out of their rhythm.
Yeah, I think the coach wants his team to come out swinging. And now it's about pride. It's about playing the game all the way through.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. They've got Crabbe. Davis is out there with Aminu. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Turner in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Good work defensively by Turner.
Yeah, he's not hitting much of anything, but his team remains in front because of what they've done and how well they've been scoring.
Now, here's Lillard. He's covered closely, and Adams sends it back.
Adams is a decent shot blocker, but relies on his position mostly, that time in the right spot.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. On the wing, Turner, defended by George. That's tipped. It's stolen by Adams.
That's only the first turnover, guys. He's been safe as an option for them at the offensive end.
2 shots. 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Harkless is checked in for Turner. Both shots good from the stripe. Trailblazers trail by 7. Now Harkless. Screen by Nurkic. Off the pick. That one falls. 8 points for Harkless.
We love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And Cole kicks to George. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Trailblazers shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Crab, no good.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Can't keep forcing things when you're not in a great rhythm. Move the ball.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Aminu misses.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode. Couldn't pull it back.
And the shot goes in. And the Thunder lead by 7.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Crab kicks to Lillard. Lets it go from 11. That's good on the jump shot.
Well, the versatility of Lillard there, you try to cut him off on the driving lane and he'll bury you from mid-range.
Screen by Adams. A 3-ball. And it's Cole missing.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
Here's Crab. Gets an open look and hits. And now just a 3-point Oklahoma City lead.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
And here's George. To the paint. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Crab in the corner to tie it up. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Adams dishes to George. Shoots off the step back. And Harkless pulls it down.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Nurkic. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And you see Nurkic out there, as skilled as he is, still the thing that baffles you is his size. A legit 7-footer. He weighs 280, depending on what he had for dinner. But he's got great skill, and they're still exploring it in Denver.
No good on that one. And thinking about Nurkic and his size, Brent, he definitely doesn't fit the spot-up Euro big man profile we've seen.
No, he's one of those guys who enjoys the contact, and anytime he can get it, he'll be in there. Can spot up with the jump shot if he needs that. He likes to throw his weight around on the inside, and he does. He makes the most of his size.
Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Westbrook drives in.
That lethal first step, Westbrook uses it to get an edge, and that helps draw the contact.
And he makes the first. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Well, he entered the league as a great free throw shooter. Westbrook now gets there a ton.
Here's Harkless. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Outside Westbrook. Back to Robertson. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 5 here tonight. Portland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And the 3-ball is good. Lillard's got 10 points in just the second half.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Westbrook with it. Patterson passes to Robertson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Lillard. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. And George kicks to Patterson. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, he makes the big bucks because he's expected to knock those shots down. The D was there, but that's no excuse. He has to hit those shots.
The Thunder shooting the ball at 42% from 6 feet. Portland grabs the miss. Lillard's got his 4th rebound in this one to take the lead. And Mo Harkless, the basket on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists now tonight. Thunder trailing by 3. Westbrook dishes to Robertson. And Patterson kicks to Adams. Out to the right wing. Here's Robertson. They can't stop the run with that one.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Now the feed to Harkless. Grab the pass to Nurkic. It's intercepted. And Robertson kicks to Patterson. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Aminu against Patterson. 6 to shoot. Here's Harkless. And not sure what he was thinking there. Outside Westbrook. He kicks it to Adams. Right wing. Here's Patterson on the mark with the 15-footer. Patterson's got 14 points now in the second half. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've led by as many as 14 points. Out left to the wing. Here's Robertson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Oh, and what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
Well, especially when the game is this close, you recognize with your instincts the opportunity to help your team out. Just never flinched.
Aminu against Patterson. Launches it. Drills it from outside. Aminu's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
Man, I would have loved to have been a fly in the wall while the coach was talking to the team at halftime. They've been unconscious from deep.
Now here's Westbrook. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Well, the shooting percentage is excellent so far, and without him, they might not have the lead like they do now.
The dish to Nurkic. It's hauled in by Adams.
Well, he's usually not up for much physical contact, but that time tried to knife his way in there through the defense and finish at the rim.
Portland's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Harkless with it. Patterson's there. Aminu with a screen for Lillard. Shot from free throw range. Lillard again missing.
Now, you can't ask for a better look than that. He just has to knock that one down, plain and simple.
Short and good. Got the English that time as it falls. And the Thunder lead by 4. 14 feet away. Nurkic can't hit. Oklahoma City's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Here's Patterson. First one falls for him. Turner's checked in for Portland. And Patterson drops them both.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Lillard dishes to Turner. Inside, here's Nurkic. Second chance effort, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
And he makes the first. Good on both. Here's George. Kicks it to Westbrook. Patterson against Turner. Unloads from 13. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, he really T-Rexed that one, guys. Short-arming it. He should have taken more time to make sure he was comfortable shooting it.
And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Westbrook. Finished off the break. Westbrook's got 20.
Now, that's a Westbrook mindset right there. I'm going through you. Doesn't allow his focus to be shaken, even when the defense gets a little bit nasty.
Now, here's Lillard. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard, the pass to Crabbe. Here's Nurkic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And he can't get the first one. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 14-5 run here. Westbrook kicks to Patterson. Here's Roberson. Cranes the three-pointer.
Well, the outside shot still a whip, a work in progress, but the team needs Roberson to hit these to keep the floor spaced.
Here's Lillard. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. 24 points for him. The Thunder leading by 7. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Patterson can't get it to go. Portland's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Here's Crabbe. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Elbow shot. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Lillard. Aminu dishes to Crane. Here's Turner. Nurkic. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Westbrook kicks to George. Gets the bucket and the foul. Aminu, and so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. That's good from George. Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard outside. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard, the pass to Crabbe. Back to Lillard. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Outside Westbrook. The shot by George. Wide open. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And the Thunder lead by 12. Pass to Leonard. takes the 13-footer. It's hauled in by Adams. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lillard against Westbrook. He feeds it to Patterson. Back to Westbrook. Clock at 6. Shot, high post. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Westbrook's got the lead up to 14 now for the Thunder. Crabbe missed.
Well, Robertson is a tenacious defender and guards multiple positions. Great nose for the ball.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kev Kevington. And now we move on to our Jordan player of the game. Boy, he warmed up in the second half, running roughshod, just merciless against anyone trying to guard him.
He hit a little over half of his shots tonight. I thought he showed a lot of patience, he made good decisions, and he had good look. Obviously, it paid off.
It's amazing how often he was able to slash right through the defense and get to the rim for an easy deuce. Come on, man. They couldn't stop his penetration, Ernie. All those points he racked up from the paint made a big difference.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.